There you are, and welcome to My Dude Watch. My name is Jason, and today we're talking about two watches. The first is a dive watch with a retro feel. The other is a casual dress watch with a great textured dial. Two watches, twice the fun. Stick around and let's find out. You know the deal. Grab a snack, pull up a chair, and let's talk watches. All right, here we are. We have two watches from WM today, and they asked for a complete and thorough review, and that's exactly what we'll give them. One thing I love about this brand is they want the negatives because they believe they can make a perfect watch when they get both positive and negative feedback. So let's take a look and give them a very comprehensive review. Okay, this is the WM207. Just take a look at this dial. It's absolutely gorgeous. We'll get into the dial just a little bit later, but first let's go over the specs. This beauty is 36 millimeters in diameter with a lug-to-lug of 44 millimeters. And check out this case thickness. It's only 9.4 millimeters, and the bracelet is 18 millimeters at the clasp. The case itself is 316L stainless steel with a nice sandblasted finish. The case back, crown, bezel are all stainless steel as well. Let's take a look at the side view of this watch. Here you can see the angles of the lug hoods and how they have a slight turn down. The case itself is shiny from the flanks and will definitely pick up fingerprints, so keep that in mind. From the top of the watch, take a look straight down. Here you can get a really nice finishing, which WM is beginning to get recognized for. And of course, this is a sapphire crystal protecting that dial. This watch is available in several color variants, the silver white, forest green, dark blue, and of course the one I have here, which is the light blue. Here you can see the silver battens, which are applied both evenly and well aligned. I like how the silver hands have some good length to them, as does the second hand. There's a minute track all the way out on the outer edges of the dial, and the minute and seconds hand reach all the way there, and I think it looks really nice and cohesive. So what do you guys think of the new logo for WM? Of course, you know they rebranded from Willie Merck, which is another example of how they listen to you. I like the change, honestly, and it opened up the opportunity to utilize this really nice logo on the dial. There is something about the simplicity of that that's very attractive, and I think they got the size right as well. It just looks great. Now take a close look at the dial surface. This is from their birch forest design, and that color represents the midday sky. The surface itself represents the bark of a birch tree. I really like this dial. It's a nice conversation starter, and it's not just another blue dial, so they did something very interesting here. Let's jump over to the crown, and here you can get a really good view. It's signed and it functions well. It is spot on. It is a push-pull crown, no screw down here. There's nothing special about it really, so let's just turn the watch over and take a look at the case back. The case back is screw down, so it does provide you with 100 meters of water resistance. Lastly, let's take a look at the bracelet. It is 316L stainless steel. It's got solid links and solid end links. I think I would put it on a nice leather strap myself, but this bracelet will function well as intended. This is a nice watch and does a really good job for the price. The link to the WM207 is in the description, and honestly, I just think it's a great watch. Like I mentioned before, I would put it on an aftermarket strap, but otherwise, this is a great watch, and I think you would enjoy it. We're getting ready to talk about watch number 2, which is another WM. But before we do, we want to ask you, if you would, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help. My first impressions are really positive about this watch. I just love the aesthetics. Let's break it down and go over every detail of this unique timepiece, and we'll begin with the tale of the tape. The dial of this watch is 42 millimeters with a lug-to-lug of 48 millimeters, thanks to these inverted end links, and the thickness is 12.5 millimeters. The lug width is a nice 20 millimeters, which opens up the world to you for those strap options, and honestly, this thing does not wear like a 42 millimeter watch. I'll show you some wrist shots shortly. Okay, let's dig a little deeper, and we'll start with the case. Here you can see from the side view, you got a really good shot of these flanks. This is a great angle, and you can see exactly what WM is going for. The flanks look flat, but offer you a great view of the bezel. The lugs barely give you any turn down, but they do give you great brushed workmanship. Take a look at the nice polished bevel. It does a really good job. It separates the sides from the top of the case, and it clearly adds some well-needed light play. It just looks awesome. The lugs are squared off and add a retro feel from the 1970s. From the top of the case, take a look at the end links of the bracelet. It's integrated with the case. This is a tough looking case, and an integration of the bracelet softens the look just a bit. You really get a nice view of the squared lugs from here as well. This is a tough looking diver. Continuing our look from the top of the case, you can see a nice, clear, smooth AR coated domed sapphire crystal, and that assists in making the dial look amazing. Now, what about the bezel? It's 316L stainless steel and has a nice ceramic bezel insert. Let's give it a turn and have a listen to this 120 click unidirectional rotation. Those clicks are music to my ears. It has a very distinctive sound and offers some resistance as well. Now, that's not a bad thing. Resistance is good. You want just enough to assure it doesn't turn or move if you hit or bump it while diving. Flipping the watch over, you can see a nice exhibition window displaying the Seiko NH35 automatic movement. I neither like nor dislike the exhibition window on this watch. It's fine, but the NH35 isn't necessarily an interesting looking movement. The bracelet on the diver is solid. It has decent fluidity and articulation. It's a nice design for this style watch. It has a double push milled clasp with 6 micro adjustments with solid links and end links. The center links are the angular cuts, and I really like those. Okay, let's move back to the top of the case and take a look at the dial. First of all, I like the colors here. They are loud, but that's good in this case. There is something very definitive about this dive watch. The lines are separated, the squared off lugs look great, and it's got a distinctive bezel which gives you great grip. So you get a nice bright electric blue on the bezel and that orange ring on the inside of the case. Those colors just look stunning together. The dial is open, symmetrical, and legible. The hour markers line the dial in white, and that offers tremendous contrast with the orange and blue surface. You can see the minute markers on the outer edges of the dial, and of course, that date window at the 3 o'clock. This is a nice looking watch. It stands out in a crowd. With its unique tough guy case and those bright colors, you are getting a ton of watch. Here is a picture of the watch it's homaging. It's the Zenith Defy from way back in 1969. Okay, that is 2 awesome watches we showed you today. Both of these by WM. If you like either of these and want to know more, there is affiliate links in the description. If you decide to investigate it and make a purchase, just remember My Dude Watch does get a small commission, but you don't pay more. Hey, you made it to the end of another video. Thank you for doing that. We really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed what you saw today, please take the time to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It'll only take you a second, but it really does help. Okay, I've been told it's time to wrap it up, so we're going to close the show. But thanks again for watching. We really do appreciate it. My name is Jason with My Dude Watch, and we'll see you next time. But wait, don't forget, dudes can't be late.